Hey guys, welcome to the video. This one is a tutorial and explanation on how this thing works. It is my Minecraft Bedrock Edition, as you can see by this pause menu and right there where the coordinates are. This is Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Here it is. It's pretty compact. This is how big it is from the back. It doesn't have to, you can make it as wide as you want. It's infinitely expandably wide, but it's limited to your simulation distance because it can't simulate something like this happening that far away. All right, so here's how it works. Go. How this machine works is this gets moved forward, which the observer detects that it got moved forward, which powers this dispenser, and it'll dispense the TNT into this stair, which, because it's dispensing it into the stair, it'll get pushed so that the corner of the TNT is in this corner right here, which makes the TNT in between 4 blocks, which allows this piston to just quickly move it without getting in the way of anything else. Because I tried to use a slab, but if this slime block right here moves on top of the slab, it'll move the slab, so that's why it has to be the stair over the corner. And then the rest of this is all timing stuff. It's mainly this thing which has allowed us to be able to do this on Bedrock Edition. It does not duplicate the TNT, it just dispenses it, which means that you'll either need to craft TNT to fill it, or you could just duplicate the TNT to fill it, which there's a lot of duplication methods to duplicate items, but it's up to you, and you can look up a video on that. I'm not going to show you how to duplicate. How it works here is you just got the trapdoor or the fence gate, and whenever you flick it, it sends the observer through here, which makes it do the whole thing. Lights down the line, and then it fires down the line. This isn't automatic because you will need to get rid of any water that flows into it, because the water will shield the wall from explosion, which then it'll just break and it'll run into the wall and it won't work anymore, and you'll need to dig out another huge area. So now I'll explain how it works and show you it in a flat world. So here it is in a flat world. This is how small it is. It's not that big when compared to some of the other ones that I've seen. This one's actually pretty compact. Right here it just comes back a bit long because this is the timing circuit. It takes a bit to wait until the TNT is ready to get fired. So how it works is there's this flying machine right here, which activates everything to go push forward. Just this bottom section, which is the TNT dispenser, everything goes forward, and then out the back it detects that it moved this way and it starts the timing circuit, which then makes all these things go forward and launch the TNT. So demonstrate, Mason. You can see everything moves forward, and then it goes down the line to dispense it. So do it one more time. So it detects this is the timing circuit. It takes a while, it all forward just at the right time so that it explodes right in front of the machine, but just enough to not explode itself. This machine is built in 5 main parts. So there is the flying machine part of the machine, there is the TNT dispensers, there's the timing circuit, there's the TNT pusher, and then there's these extender pieces that just let it go down the line. Now let's get on to the build tutorial. So you're gonna need a 6-high room, at least 6 high. I think this is you're gonna need a 6-high room that starts from Y11. So you're standing on the floor and it's Y11. That's 6 high, and it is about 35 long that way and 50 long the other way. This machine is not directional, and it should be built at this Y level or higher because of lava can stop it and other stuff, and it's also good diamond mining level. So I've made the floor smooth stone. However, you could just leave it whatever you want. If there's lava, you will want to pour water over it to harden it, into obsidian because you don't want to be falling into that. But I just did this smooth stone floor for the tutorial because it's a nice grid and you can see how big everything is. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick which direction you want to build it in. I'm going to be building my farm so that it's going that way and exploding over there. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is come over to the side that you want it to be exploding, which is this one. And you're going to want to go from 2 in, 1, 2, and then this one. You're going to want to go 14 blocks back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So at 14 blocks back, you can break all these. You don't need them. Neither will you need this. This block here, this is just a spacer. You're going to want to put a slime block right there, just like that. Then from this right here is going to be the engine part of it that moves it forward. So off of this, you're going to go 3 up like that. Place observers facing down on all the sides like this. Going to put a sticky piston right here. Normal piston right here. Slime block right there, a normal piston right here, and 2 slime blocks in behind like that. Right, that's the motor part done. Now time for the TNT dispensing part. You're gonna, from here, gonna build out 2 blocks like that. So 1 and then a slime block. Gonna put slime just like that. Actually, no, you're gonna put a 2 slime and a block so that doesn't stick to that observer, and then you go around like this with blocks, and then you're going to place a observer facing up, a dispenser, and then a stair facing just like that so that the TNT will get dispensed, and it'll be on this corner of the stair, so it'll be like in between 4 blocks. Actually, these 2 blocks right there are unnecessary. Actually, no, this one is necessary. All right, now we're gonna make the TNT like launcher system. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place a slime block right here, just like that, and then go 2 to the place 2 right there, just like that. Place a sticky piston right there, and a observer facing into it, just like that. It should launch you back if it works properly. And then what we're going to need to add in here is a timing mechanism to make it launch the TNT right at the right moment so that it'll explode and hit the wall with just enough to make it explode right there. So to make the timing mechanism, you're going to place an observer right here with a sticky piston like in front so that it's powering it. And then you're going to place 2 slime blocks like that, a sticky piston, and an observer, and you're going to repeat that 4 more times. So sticky slime blocks, piston, Alright, so now that you've came over to this last one here, you're not going to keep continuing it, you're just going to stop right here. And you're going to build out 4 slime blocks just like that in that kind of L shape. And then on here you're going to place a piston and an observer facing it the other way, but make sure this one's a normal piston. From here you're going to go out 2 blocks just like that and do that. 2 slime blocks, put a piston there, an observer right there, facing into it, and then you're going to repeat the same thing but upside down. So slime block on the up side of it, put a piston, and then an observer facing it like that. You're going to repeat this 2 more times. Correction, I think you only had to repeat that 1 more time so that it's like this close to it, about that close. So then you're going to go 2 in front of it like that, place slime just like that. You don't have to do exactly like this if you're not going to expand it out to the side, but this is what you're going to need for later. Then from here, you're going to place another slime block there, so it makes a T. Put one there. This is only if you're expanding it. Normally you will not need these two if you're just going to make it this one wide version. But if you're going to expand it, you're going to want to put those two right there. And then you put a piston with an observer facing into the piston, like that. Then this is, if you're only doing it one wide tileable, this is finished. And you just fill that with TNT and it'll work. If you place down a slime block right here and then put a fence gate on the slime block. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to wait till I've expanded it all the way out to the side because that'll move it forward one block, but I want to finish this before it moves at all. So if you're going to make this, if you're going to expand it out to the side, you don't have to just keep building this over and over again. You only need this timing circuit one time. So to expand the farm out one to the side, place a piston there with an observer facing down on it, and you're going to place a piston right here with an observer facing up to this block. So look like that. Next, you're going to build the slime block lines that'll transfer the signal over to the side to one of these and one of these. So you do that, you're going to first put a slime block right there. It will not stick to this one because they both fire at the same time, so this will actually not stick. You do 3 right here, and then place 2 and 2, and then put 1 right there. And then from here, you place a piston right there, and a piston right there, and then you put an observer facing into this piston, and an observer facing into this piston, just like that. And you're going to come up top here, where this piston is, and you're going to go one block in front of it, and you're going to put 4. And then you're going to put a piston right there, and then you're going to power that piston with an observer through that block. The next thing that you're going to want to do is build back just like that, 3 slime blocks right there. Place a piston and an observer facing into the block right next to it. From here, you can actually just keep repeating this pattern out by going to the back piston on this one. You do the same thing, 4 blocks. And just keep repeating, building this all the way until it's as long as you want. I'm going to make mine 9 wide because that's what I think is a good amount, and it takes exactly 3 shulker boxes to fully fill the whole thing. And then on the last one here, you don't need to do this this back thing here. You just do 4 with a single piston and then an observer, just like that. So that's the top row of timing. And then the bottom row, you just keep repeating this same thing over and over again too. So you go right there in front of that piston. Go 3, 2, 2, and then put 1 right there. With same thing, piston, piston, observer, observer. Just keep repeating that over and over again too. Alright, so when you come to the end here, you still build the same shape out of slime, so like that. However, you just don't put the piston and observer here. So you just do piston with an observer right there, and then that's the bottom half of the timing circuit's done. And the next thing that you do is you just repeat this, a bit of a modified version of this over. So go one block away from that piston. Don't worry, it won't stick to here. Do slime blocks like that. So it goes 3 up and then 2 forward onto the side of it. And then do the same thing, observer, dispenser, stair. Just repeat that for all of these front pistons here. Yep, so the end one is the same thing here, and then the next part you need to build is the TNT launcher, which is pretty simple. Just go one in front there, build those, and then put a sticky piston and observer. It's the exact same as that one. So now it's all done. It should look exactly like this on all of them, except this one. It looks a bit different just because it has all the timing circuits. The next thing that you're going to want to do is place in your fence gate right here, and this will make everything move forward 1 block. So you're also going to want to look and make sure that everything happens properly. You're going to want to see all these move forward, but it's going to go like this one, then this one, then this one, and it's going to go down the line. And then you're going to want to see a bit later all these ones launch, and it's going to go down the line. So let's place it in. So that worked. And all that worked. So now I'm ready to fill with TNT and fill up the dispensers. Now, this farm will not duplicate the TNT, so you'll have to fill it, or you could just duplicate TNT and then put it in here. It's up to you. Alright, so now that it's full, if you flick this trapdoor, or this fence gate, this is how you control it. If you flick it, it should all move forward and explode this wall a bit. Double check that it didn't explode itself. Now, sometimes slime block here will explode, and as far as I've seen, you don't really need to replace it if it does explode, but if it doesn't and it stays there, you could just let it. And as you can see, we've already found our first diamonds here. But yeah, so then could try it again. Second time. Yep, it seems to be working. So while using this machine, that's why I didn't put automatic in the title, because you have to keep an eye on it and only do it one at a time, because if this gravel gets in front here, the TNT could run into this gravel and then explode here, which is too close, which will explode the front of the machine, and then you'll have to rebuild it. So just make sure that while it's running, you make sure that there's no falling gravel, and if any does, you just break it like that, and then you can flick it again. More gravel fell, so you need to break that. Seems to be a lot of gravel here, so that's going to be a pretty big issue. Now also, you'll need to watch for gravel. And another thing you'll need to watch for is blocks that are this close to it. They will touch. While you're in survival, you can just mine those out. It only seems to happen on this side. It doesn't really happen anywhere else, but it is a thing that you'll need to take note of. So anyways, that's just about everything that I think you need to know about this farm. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section. And if you like the video, please leave a like. And if you really liked it, then subscribe, I guess. So yeah, bye.